Hello and welcome to another episode of Canadian Stacking. Today I'd like to talk to you about, well, what else is there to really talk about? The Federal Reserve, the debt ceiling being raised, the financial chaos that everyone's saying is going to happen right shortly, silver shooting to $1 bazillion and gold is going to be worth more than, well, my belief system or something. I don't really know. So to get down to it, there was a compromise made, I guess. I don't really consider it much of a compromise, nor do I really consider it a win. But I guess the Republicans have forced the Democrats to cut some spending in some obscure area that's not gonna do jack to lower the deficit or the debt of the United States of America. No, actually, in fact, instead, it's going to put it up. Yeah. So we're raising the debt ceiling again. Everybody's just waiting for the jubilation to kick in. Everybody's thinking we're going to get a bunch of money, but right now I think Janet Yellen's just trying to figure out where the heck am I going to get this money from. So yeah, they're going to issue a bunch of probably T-bills. And what exactly are they going to do? Well, right now they're at a balance sheet of almost nothing. So good old Janet's going to sit there and use her fingers and magic, and she's going to whip up $400 to $500 billion and go kapoof. There's the money and the fiat, and we're just going to shell it out. And yeah, that's pretty much how that's going to roll. But what was in that compromise that nobody's really overly looking at? Well, me as a Canadian, I'm looking at it. I imagine probably everyone else in the world that knows anything about finance is probably looking at it. It's an open-ended check till 2025. They didn't set a limit on the debt ceiling, so we could go to $50 trillion. There's no limit. You know, like it outdates with no limit on January 2025. What does that mean? Well, that means the U.S. government smells something coming. Well, not the government, but there is something coming. And what could that possibly be? Well, I think that we are about to the point where the U.S. stock market is going to crash. And yeah, you know, the banks are going to be scared and they're going to tank. But what does that mean for the average person? Yeah, there's going to be job loss. You know, I think 5% cut in employment rates by Christmas could be in the cards. You know, to be honest, like, who hasn't seen that coming? Look at all the fake job postings up here in Canada. I've been applying. Not that I need a job, but I'm always looking for a better way to make fiat. And I have been putting my name in, and I am a very skilled person in my trade. I'm a professional AZ truck driver. I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I have certifications, lots of them. I'm a crane operator, heavy equipment operator, forklift driver, all that stuff. Plus, on top of that, I have closed confinement space, rescue training, outdoor first responder training. Like, I'm not saying I'm the master of everything, but I'm an in-demand employee. And I've put my name in at, I don't know, 10, 15 different trucking companies. I haven't got a phone call back. It's really weird. Not that I'm really hurting and need a job. I just, like I said, I'm always looking for another one. But I think there's a lot of fake stuff on the internet right now, and that the job market is actually a bunch of BS. I don't think it's strong right now. I think we are at a lower employment rate than we think, and it's going to show its ugly head. Now, I've been saying that I don't see silver shooting to the moon. I don't see that. I see silver going down in value. Now I'm going to make two predictions. Prediction one: if the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, this stuff here is going to do what I said. We're going down. We're going to go down. The U.S. dollar is going to strengthen, and the U.S. consumer is going to benefit. And by default, who else is going to benefit? Any country that is backing their money by U.S. denominated debt, i.e., Canada, Great Britain, any nation that holds large volumes of American currency to back their own stuff. Canada has like a crud load of it. So what will that do? That'll strengthen my dollar. That'll strengthen the U.S. dollar. It'll give me a buying opportunity, and you guys a buying opportunity. I had a real hard time today deciding what I was going to talk on today, because to be honest, there's a lot to talk about. I got these channels that are literally saying, like, I was listening to a particular channel, and if you listen to Lynette Zhang's channel, just let me know. Leave a comment about the fact that that you've watched Lynette's channel, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious today, a video that came out. Now, Lynette knows her stuff. I'm not going to argue. The woman knows her stuff. You know, she's a very intelligent lady, as is probably every single other person that tries to cover the monetary space of precious metals. But there was one thing that I heard from her today that she says we shouldn't be doing as stackers. And I was listening and I'm like, okay, you got my ear, Lynette. What should I be doing? And she said I shouldn't be buying anything but slabbed gold. I shouldn't be buying gold maple leafs. I shouldn't be buying gold Cougarans. They're bullion coins, and the government's going to come along and they're going to confiscate them because they're not, you know, special numismatic, collectible, this, Uncle Bob's heritage, that. And the government's going to come along and confiscate our gold. Are they going to confiscate our gold? Maybe. Do I see it happening? Sure, why the heck not? Let's just live in bubblegum, you know, and unicorn fart world, where the rule of law and the way things are in our country are just completely overwhelmed in a day, and you know, everything's going to go to crud. What I think's interesting is that she was literally pushing and saying that we need to buy slabbed coins or anything that was you know, like pre-US dated or Canadian dated currency that basically had gold in it. You know, we had to buy that. And, well, Lynette has all the solutions. You know, she has all the gold. She can help you out. You just call her and her specialists up right now, and they'll sell you your slabbed metal. They'll sell it to you. You know, she said she collects silver bullion. You know, she doesn't see anything wrong with, you know, silver bullion because the government's never confiscated that. But your gold, your slabbed gold, you know, like a slabbed silver coin, these aren't collectible. They could be confiscated, and only Lynette has the stuff that you could possibly want. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was counterfeit coins. Everybody's going on, and that's another thing that I hear from all these market pushers for SD bullion and other places like silver gold something or other, and silver something or other as well. You know, or the town of metal. I'm not going to say their names because, well, we all know who the big companies are, you know, and to be honest, they're all pushing a product. They're all pushing their product. They all want you to go to them. So what do I suggest you do as a stacker to prevent yourself from getting ripped off in your metal? Well, one, go online and buy yourself a precious metals app. You know, like Precious Metal Ping Tester or any of the other apps that are online. Put it on your smartphone. They actually work pretty decently. I've tapped lots of silver with it, and it's fairly accurate with the resonance frequency. I'm not going to say that it isn't foolproof, but I'd say that it's up there as one of those ways that you can really test your silver. Another one, if you're a big time stacker, you know, like you've got, you know, like 50, 60, $100,000 in silver and PMs, why don't you have a Sigmalytics machine? You know, like, let's be realistic. I don't have one, but I have a friend that has one. I go over, I test my stuff. And if you are a stacker of any serious quantity of metal, another thing that you should have is one of these babies right here. I can't bring her too close to the phone, but this is a neodymium magnet. It's a very powerful magnet. I can actually hook this up to the bumper of a car and pull it backwards. This is a 880 pound force magnet. And when you put a silver coin on it, you need to lean it a little bit. And then, oh, hold on a second here. I didn't take one out of my tube. So, we got some silver right here, some junk silver. I just happened to pull her out. I like to call it constitutional, but everybody seems to call it junk silver. So you take one of these babies, and how does this work? How do I slide my silver? Well, you put it on, and you let it go, and look at that. It just dribbles down and whoop, falls off. Here, we'll do it again. We'll do a 50 cent. And watch. Slowly, it just dribbles, and it falls off. I don't have the angle quite good enough. We'll try again. See? It's getting stuck because of the ridges in the magnet. I have a better one, but that's how it works. It literally just slides across and falls off. You know? The same thing with bars. They'll do the same thing because of the strength of that magnet. They just slide slow. They don't fall off like regular metals. So get yourself... this is just one I use for magnet fishing. I just happen to have it in the house right now. But get yourself one of these and get a nice smooth flat one. Take a piece of saran wrap and put it around it, or get one that's plastified so you can slide your silver across it. And it's so easy to use. You just let it go. If it holds it just slightly, and lets it go down, see, you know it's real. And I will say that this will work for a lot of fakes, not all fakes. You know, even Canadian junk silver. I got some right here. Okay, let's just look at the date on this bad boy. That's a 68, so that's 50% silver, and it even goes right. You see that? That's a 58, and it goes right. So that's how it works. That's how it works. What do I got here? I got a 80%, 58. Same thing. Like it's a very low price item, and you can tell by the way it slides. I don't know where I put. I got a fake here. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna step up and I'm gonna go and look for it. I'm gonna put you on hold, and I'm back. So I got this round right here. I bought this baby a long time ago. Came in this plastic bag. They said this was authentic silver, the whole 9 yards. I bought this just to, you know, be conned. At the time, silver was like, I don't know, $10 an ounce or something. And they were selling these for, I think it was like $1.29 or something. But I bought it just for the sole purpose of doing that. Just watch. Inside the bag, it should do the same thing. I can slide another coin in a second. But look, it just falls right off. It doesn't even slow down. Just whoop, straight off. Here's one in a coin case, same. See how slow it goes? Here, I'll pick another one. It goes slow. This one, it just sheens right off. So get yourself a neodymium magnet like this. Like literally the slide tax works on bars, it works on coins, in or out of sleeves, even in plastic. The bars, they slowly slide across and fall off. Like this is a silver stacker's best friend, and these are about 25 bucks. Go buy yourself one of these. Price of 1 ounce of silver. You can use it a million times, and I'm telling you right now, this will tell you each and every time if it's real or not. I would say most of the time. Like, I strongly recommend you go and buy one. I got this sucker off of Amazon, and like I said, it's a magnet fishing one, 880 pound. I've used it to fish. It's a little bit bent. It's a little bit covered in crud, but you know, I'm only using my silver that isn't the world's prettiest already, but you get the point on how that works. So, you know, I'd strongly recommend you pick up one of these. And what are these little guys right here? My wife loves to crochet, so she made these little frogs, and I just couldn't resist putting them on display for you guys to look at. What do you think? Aren't they pretty and cute? Yeah, she's an avid crocheter, very good at what she does. She makes like custom homemade stuffed animals and teddies, you know, to design. I don't know if it's something anybody here is interested in, but if you're interested in, I'll pop you my email. And I'm telling you right now, your grandkids would love these things, and I'd be more than happy to take pictures and show you some home crafted Canadian stuff made with all American and all Canadian products and hand stitching. Yes, some of the yarns my wife uses, they're from Turkey, but everything's imported with care, and everything's made with care, and everything comes from reputable producers. There is no crud in one of these. This is an authentic Canadian handmade, hand-stitched item with American filling, and you know, like most of the yarn is manufactured in America or in Canada. So, you know, if you're actually interested in a genuine North American made piece of stuffed animal for your grandkids or your kids, my wife has a vast collection. I'd be more than happy to make a phone call or send you an email with some pictures, etc. But anyways, back to the silver, because I'm not quite finished yet today. So, you know, like as I was saying, they've said they've you know, surpassed the debt ceiling, they've passed it on, but they've made it completely open-ended. And why have they done this? Well, I think, like I was saying, there's going to be two things that are going to happen. One, and this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. This is the most likely. I think the Fed's going to rate hike one more time. What's that going to do? It's going to drive down the price of silver one more time. They're gonna let us have another opportunity, another kick at the can, guys. Get ready, get your powder ready. I really feel it's coming. I think we're looking at after June, after the Federal Reserve gets together and they make their analysis. I think what's going to wind up happening is going to say the market is strong. You know, like Palpatine says, the force is strong with this one, and they're going to try to, you know, giving us another rate hike, and they're going to literally crush all banking demand. And this is by design, because they want to bring out, well, we all know the central digital, Yeah, so that's what the goal is. It's to destroy all dollars, get total control over our system, and they're going to roll with that. What is the other thing that I think can happen? Well, there's a company, I can't remember their name right now, but they're coming out with a jobs report literally the day before the Federal Reserve rate hike. Now, if there is something traumatic in that, the Fed might pause. And if that happens, our buying opportunity, I think, is done. Silver will start ticking up from where it is aggressively. And I think that is just the start of things to come. Literally, I don't see the death of the American dollar anytime soon, because by kicking the can down the road like they did by raising the debt ceiling, it's going to be a minimum of January 2025 before the debt fight comes up again. So we got 18 months of a spiral of a certain amount. What do I think is going to happen? The stock market's probably going to go down eventually, or literally inflation is going to rear its head and the stock market's going to rip to new all-time highs. Why? Not because of the value going up, because the inflation of the dollar is going to accelerate. We're going to go to 5, 8, 12% or whatever it's going to be. But I don't see a complete implosion of the American dollar, but what I see is a slow death. And like I said before, this is going to be a 5 to 10 year agonizing cut. And they're literally going to slowly bleed the Western world, and that's what's happening. And what we need to do is be prepared. But I don't see the dollar dying tonight, tomorrow, or in the next month, but I do see the death of 1,000 cuts. And I see it happening and accelerating. The cuts are going to go quicker and quicker and quicker. But it's not going to happen immediately. The U.S. has kicked the can down the road for another 18 months. And then after that money has worked its way out of the system, and after all of that, the dollar, it will take another 12 months before things start to accelerate and get really ugly. And if they start cutting rates, well, it's off to the races for the precious metals, because the only reason why precious metals are so suppressed right now is because of all the interest rate hikes. Without the interest rate hikes, these metals would be $10 or $12 higher than they are right now, I think. So if they start actively cutting interest rates and all that, well, we're off to the races with the precious metals. I don't see like $1 billion in a week, but I see this playing out pretty quickly now. And within 5 years, I see the value of the U.S. dollar being down 50% from where it is now, and I see it, being harder to purchase all of this precious metal with a dying fiat dollar, and it's only going to get worse. Because since I started stacking, I've literally seen the price of silver go up faster than I've seen everything else except for Crazy Coin. And I don't know what I think of Crazy Coin, but a lot of people have got faith in it. But it's one of those electronic things that can be literally outlawed. They can take it from you. Yeah, they can forcibly come and confiscate this from me. They can say it's illegal to trade in this. Sure, they can do all of that in a clown world. Where the rich don't give a crud anymore, and no one cares that owns this stuff. And I'm telling you right now, your politicians probably have some of this. I'm telling you right now that the ultra rich like Elon and all the other billionaire bros, I guarantee you they've all got some of this. I don't care what Freddie Munger and Charlie Munger, and Warren Buffett and saying, like precious metals are garbage. I guarantee you they've got some in their mattress because they know what it's all about. It's a game. It's to keep you away from the real stuff, and keep you hooked on the slow drip lidocaine, and keep you confused as to what is real money or the tears of heaven, silver and gold. Keep you away from your rightful inheritance. It's written right in the Constitution. I wish Canada had a cool thing like the Constitution, but we do have the English Settlement Act, and in there it does discuss silver being money. And it does discuss the British Crown actually having gold in it, etc. So for even us, there was real money in our fiat at one point, a percentage. Now the last thing I want to touch base on is Texas. Texas is passing their convertible digital. They're trying to, backing token with gold, and you'll be able to redeem your tokens for actual physical metal. They're going to do a certain weight, and all of this good stuff is going to happen with this Texas thing. But I think that ultimately one of two things happens. Texas passes it, and they really put a knife in the Fed, or it's just something to distract, another distraction just to look over here for a little while. But I'm really hoping Texas takes this to the mat and they get a win. I'd love to see a big W put up for precious metals. And with that, if you found any value in this content, please click like, subscribe, and consider sharing the video. Get it out there. Get the message across. That'd be really awesome. I appreciate all of you coming. To me, like I've said before, the most important thing that you give to me is your time. Like by watching my video, you're investing yourself in my channel and our channel, and you're helping build this as a better, stronger community. And it means a lot. Every person that watches, every hour that you guys watch, I see all the analytics, and I am actually shocked, and I can't believe how many hours that you wonderful people, have invested in just listening to me rant about something I like to talk about. Like you guys give me a platform to talk about something I love to do, and without your support, my channel doesn't exist, and for that, I'd like to thank you. So once again, as always, this is Canadian Stacker. Until next time, keep stacking, keep your thumb held high, and have a great and amazing day.